Hello and welcome back to Shoogly Chev Motors. Obviously in the last episode we got the lower half of the engine together. Haven't made any more progress on it because I'm still waiting for that cylinder to come back from being rebored. I probably in the meantime can make a bit of a start on things like lapping in the valves to the head, reassembling the rockers, etc. But until I get that barrel back and painted, I can't really get the rest of the engine back together. But I can start making, making a start I should say, on stripping this bike down. Obviously there's not a whole lot of parts left on this bike, but it is a rolling chassis as it were. I need to get the forks stripped down because I've got Philpots, AM Philpot pitted forks lined up to re-chrome them for me, which I'm really excited about. And then also want to get the frame and quite a few other bits, swing arm, wheels, etc. off to be powder coated. Then hopefully when that's all back, I've got the engine back together, I can get the engine into the frame, wheels on, rolling chassis back together, and then start to restore individual pieces and basically bolt them on as we go, so the bike kind of builds outwards, and then we'll have a sort of finished bike. Not doing that sort of dry build that I did on a few more of my custom builds, because I'm not basically fabricating as many things. I'll fabricate a few small things here and there, but nothing major, and no frame modifications or anything like that, so I don't need that dry build to kind of make sure everything works before I get things coated, etc. I can basically go and get all this frame and things powder coated straight off the bat because I know I'm not going to be changing it. So that's quite a handy thing to have. Yeah, the bike's kind of sort of held together in a few bits and pieces. There's a lot of bolts just loose, and this isn't really fitted, the tank's loose. Wiring harness is just hanging out of it. It'll be getting rewired anyway, so I'm not really fussed about that. Yeah, first things first I suppose is to just crack into taking it apart. Some kind of liquid in that. I don't know if it's fuel or if it's water. I love finding random wiring things. This is the fuse box, or fuse holder, with the original glass fuses in it. And there's this random wire, it's taped up, that's been twisted round one of the live wires going into the fuse. Some kind of auxiliary power. Not sure what's going on with that, but we don't need it. It's the battery box. I think that's an old fuel pipe. Not likely to be in very good condition. Random earth wire. going to assume I'm not using the 40-year-old wires. There we go. Battery box as well. These will all be getting powder coated. Looking slightly fresher. Looking pretty rusty. I'm gonna have to give this a good clean and see how well this is gonna come back to life. May even try and patch some of this up. Not even sure if I would risk sandblasting this, because it might blow some holes in it. So this might be a sort of treat the rust at home job before we get it back together. I think there was meant to be captive nuts in here, similar to this one, that have rusted out and come out. Maybe we can restore that. I don't know if I'll restore these Hagons or if I'll just admit defeat with them. They're in a pretty bad way. I'm not sure if stripping that chrome would work particularly well. So maybe just some cheap replacements might be in order. That's tight. Excuse my jaundiced hands. My new safety gloves, these guys, have stained my hands yellow. Yeah, these might be destined for the scrap heap. Swing arm out. That's all 4 plastic bushings out in one piece. Ever since getting my blowtorch, it's made a huge difference to the way I approach dismantling things. Because, I mean, make your life easier, just warm things up. It doesn't even need to be like red hot, just a couple of seconds with the blowtorch, puts a bit of heat in the metal, expands it, makes everything so much easier. There's a couple of things that I never would have gotten out had it not been for my blowtorch. So yeah, if you've not got one, I recommend you invest. The handlebars. I'm going to strip the ancillaries off. Don't know if I'll reuse these handlebars, or if I'll go for something a little bit different shape. Well, that's one way to get it off, I suppose. Maybe not textbook, but that shaft is solid in there. So I'll make a replacement on the lathe when I come to reassemble this thing. It's not the end of the world. Right. So with that, the CB250RS is now stripped down. One other thing I've got to do is strip the forks down. Like I said, I'm going to get the sanctions off to Philpotts, to pittedforks.com, who've been a great supporter of me in the past. They're going to get the forks sorted out for me. I'll get the lowers powder coated and then reassembled with fresh seals and things as usual. I've also got to get the tyres off the rims and knock the front wheel bearings out, and then they're ready to be powder coated as well. So yeah, good little bit of progress there, getting the bike stripped down into its constituent parts. I'm hoping to get the wheels, frame and forks done, and swing arm done sooner rather than later, and then that means I can get a rolling chassis together, and then start to sort of chip away from there with an engine as well. Again, I'm waiting on that barrel coming back from the machine shop, and then hopefully the engine will go together without too many more issues. Famous last words. But yeah, good progress on this little build, and I'm enjoying myself. It's not too stressful, it's not a lot of fabrication and head scratching, it's just getting down and dirty with the tools, which, you know, I do enjoy it. Anyway, as usual, please do give me a like, leave me a comment, and make sure you do subscribe to the Shoogly Shed channel, and I will see you next time. Take care. Goodbye. That'll be the ball bearings.